Yellow. Oh, yeah? It's me, y'all. Yep. Okay, all right, yep. All right, I'll give it a try. Okay. Yeah, I can barely hear you on my banana phone here. Wait, is this a banana?
Plot twist. The bananas got better advice than half the people you know.
I know. It's a banana. But what if I told you that growth might show up looking just as ridiculous? Stay tuned, because this banana's got a message for you. Yeah. So this is going to be the most exciting video on Go and Grow. I am Dr. Mirakal Jackson, and yes, I am a real doctor. Let's jump into the episode. Hello, oh my gosh, there's a bunch of you guys. Oh yeah? I know, this may look silly, but these bananas actually have a message for you.
Sometimes the most powerful messages come wrapped in the most unexpected packages. Growth isn't always polished. It's patient, hidden, and waiting for you to listen. Sometimes what looks ridiculous at first is exactly what starts your greatest transformation.
All right, yeah, hold on 1 second. I got somebody on the other line.
When your calling rings, it won't always come through loud and clear. Sometimes it sounds like doubt, whispering, "What if you fail?" Sometimes it sounds like fear, shouting, "Stay comfortable." But if you listen closer, through all the noise, you'll hear something stronger, purpose, calling your name. You just have to answer it.
And fun fact, bananas actually grow in hands. Yeah, like a hand. And they don't grow alone. They stick together. Let me tell you how this message can be super powerful, especially for someone talking to a banana. Because sometimes your calling doesn't come in a pretty package. It shows up in moments that feel odd, uncomfortable, like talking to a banana. So here's the thing. I brought this banana to the beach, not just for a snack, but for a message. And this is why you should stay all the way to the end of the episode.
Stay with me, because the same way this bruised banana still carries sweetness inside, your story still carries greatness. Even when life has roughed you up a little, every bruise, every setback, every awkward moment, it's not a flaw. It's proof that you kept going.
This banana, it's not glamorous. Talking to it is like awkward, slow, and all things odd. But look, the best part about life is that we have the free will to choose to live the lives that we deserve. And sometimes that means going for things that we don't feel ready for. And that's okay, because the truth is, something's calling, and it's your purpose. And purpose does not wait for perfection. It waits for surrender. So I thought I had to have it all figured out. I thought everything had to be perfect. But truth is that that's not how growth works. Oftentimes, we wait to feel ready for the things that we want to go for in our lives. And we wait for this call, and even though the call might look odd, silly, and awkward, we understand that when we feel called, when we follow our calling in life, we reach the greatest outcomes when we lead ourselves to those opportunities. So, look, it's not about perfection, it's about progression, and it's about surrendering to what is next. Yeah. So let me tell you a story about a time when I felt scared and actually silly to do things that others thought was rather silly. Well, the truth is that when I first decided to start my YouTube channel, there was a lot of hesitation. But I understood that the only way for me to be able to get to where I want to go, which is to live my dream life, I understood that I had to let go of some things, which led me to let go of my job, which I will talk about how I ended up quitting my job in the next episode. But for this episode here, I want to focus on why listening to that soul call matters so much, regardless of the things that you may be going through. Is it time to write that book? to try again, to go for something that you've been scared to go for God knows how long? Is it time? Is it time yet? Because even if it doesn't feel like the time right now, believe me when I say that if you go for it, look, God's going to handle the rest. All you got to do is just surrender. And all you have to do is trust the process. Not your process, but God's process. Because that's how you become the best possible version of yourself. So, the next time the phone is ringing, think of a banana. And understand that everything is not always going to come from the channel that you're expecting. But that doesn't mean to ignore the call. It means to embrace it.
You're not behind. You're not broken. You're not too late. Growth does not happen in the perfect timeline. It happens in the messy middle, in the moments you decide to trust the calling even when the map is not clear. Growth never hangs up on you. It waits patiently until you're ready to pick up. And even if today feels scary, you are right on time for your next miracle.
But growth doesn't ring like an iPhone. It rings like a banana phone. I'm just kidding. Look, it rings through your spirit, okay? Why do you think that we call our purpose our calling? And if we don't answer the calling, we feel unfulfilled in our lives. We feel lost. And this video is to help you understand that you have to accept the awkwardness, the things that make you feel uncomfortable to grow. That's how it happens.
And sometimes the sweetest lessons grow quietly when nobody's watching. It's in the silent battles you fight. It's in the tiny decisions you make when no one's clapping. You're building a future nobody ever knows about yet. And when the fruit finally shows up, for all that labor, it'll be worth every unseen moment you watered your dreams.
If this moment feels ridiculous, uncomfortable, or even pointless, great. That means I did my job, because that's often how purpose feels at first. But your future is on the other line. So, will you pick up? Too many people are ignoring the call for purpose because it doesn't come from the channel that they're expecting. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be present. Growth is calling. Will you answer?
Here's what I know now. Growth rarely looks glamorous while it's happening. It's awkward, it's bruised, it's unexpected, but it's necessary. And if a bruised banana can still carry sweetness, imagine what's still waiting inside of you. In fact, this whole journey, this messy, beautiful, uncomfortable growth, it's leading me somewhere I never thought I'd go. Spoiler alert, in my next video, I'm sharing the craziest, scariest decision I've ever made in my career. I quit my job with nothing lined up, no backup plan, just a pocket full of faith and a banana. If you've ever felt like there's something bigger calling you, something you cannot ignore anymore, stick with me. The real growth is just getting started. So make sure you're subscribed, because there is always room for growth. I'll see you guys in the next video. In the meantime, please make sure that you take care of yourself. Doctor's orders.